clicked on this video maybe because of the thumbnail or genuine interest. But honestly, however you got here doesn't matter. But it's what you get here that matters. The advent of artificial intelligence has brought a lot of benefits ranging from education to business and even programming. It is no news that AI has come to stay. But what exactly has come? Generating content with AI has become very popular. Whether it's an image, a video, script, or even a song, we all love using AI. But it can become a serious concern when it comes to ownership. For example, if I use AI to generate a video, a thumbnail, and a title and everything, and I get it posted on YouTube, who exactly owns that video? Do I have every right over the video? And if it gets monetized, do I owe the models that I used to create that video any bit, like ChatGPT or Veo? Or even to what extent can we trust AI and hold it accountable? Let's say the video contains some misinformation. Am I held responsible, or is it the AI model? All these questions are centered around the ethical dilemmas of AI generated content. A dilemma being that we are surrounded by different critical choices, and making a decision in any is very tough, as they present both an advantage and a disadvantage. To explain, imagine you have a 500-word essay assignment and you have a tight schedule still, where you have to submit this as early as possible. There are two ways you can go about it. You can use any AI like ChatGPT and just feed it all the prompts and have it give this nice detailed explanation of everything you want, or you can just go the hard route and write it yourself. Now, while one might sound like an obvious choice, that's where the dilemma comes in. If you take the ChatGPT route, your authenticity is jeopardized, and surely you lack full understanding of that essay or topic because you didn't even make the research in the first place. But then if you write it, a lot of time could be wasted, and at the end of the day, the essay could have a lot of errors, being that you also have other things to do at that moment that are also as important as the essay. That was just on your mind, and writing that and thinking, you wouldn't just get it done straight. But then again, even if you have the best essay with this artificial intelligence, but then there's the slightest mistake in it, that could be very terrible, and ain't no one holding AI for that. We have to fully understand this. But you see, as with everything in life, there has to be a pro and a con. And with this in mind, there has to be like a rule book, right, to guide us with the use of artificial intelligence. Something that keeps us and them assured of our safety. Let me introduce you to the 5 pillars of AI ethics. Now, I could have just written this whole part with ChatGPT and like just ended the video, but that would be pretty diabolical. So I made thorough research so that you can hold me accountable of any of the details I'm telling you. And these 5 pillars are: 1. Fairness and inclusiveness. How equal is AI technology serving people? 2. Privacy and security. Is our data restricted to only us? And how safe is it from others? Transparency. Hope it is telling me everything I need to know. Accountability. Can I hold it responsible? Reliability and safety. Overall, how reliable it is. Can I depend on it for answers? By the way, this video is actually going to get quite long, so if you are here, like if you're at this point, that means you're a real one. I appreciate it if you subscribe and just stick along, because I'm about to get into the weeds of all this. So first on the list is fairness and inclusiveness. We text AI frequently, it responds to our prompts, and it learns from us whether we like it or not. I mean, that was literally how it was trained to function. But have you for once thought that it responds to you differently because of the type of person you are, or maybe the type of group you belong to, or maybe your race, maybe your color, even your gender? Have you for once ever thought that because of you are male or female, you might get a certain response from these AI models? Believe me or not, this might sound unimportant to you, but it's actually very important, because AI was built to suit everyone, despite your gender, despite your race, despite whatever group you belong to. Now, imagine it being one-sided, like supporting a particular group of people, or just overall giving a different response to certain important questions because of I am this way, or I am black, or I'm white, or something that just seems absurd. That'll be crazy, and people hate crazy. So this is a very, very important thing to consider, and I'm very sure that this is the exact reason why this rule, right, fairness and inclusiveness, was created. Next up is privacy and security. With the advancement of technology, hackers use various methods to breach data. Companies like OpenAI, Google, and most AI companies are like hotcakes for these anti-security. And that is when the question, how safe is AI, comes to play. Just like WhatsApp holds chats, which is like very important, artificial intelligence holds data. Imagine everyone in the world used Gemini. That would be 8 billion people's information. Imagine if all of that, like just a little, just 1 billion, imagine, just 1 billion in fact. Just imagine if it got into the wrong hands. And I don't know about you, but everything about that screams danger. And so that is why we need AI as private as possible for us to use it with peace of mind. Data encryption is just one of the methods that these AI companies have adopted to, ensure our security, which is nice. But they need to implement more methods and more strategies, because with the advancement of technology, we could probably have quantum computers in the mix, and that would just be very bad. So it's still nice to know that they are actually all in for our safety and security online, which is a good thing. Now, third is transparency. With the ability of AI to basically scrape information from anywhere, at least that's what 90% of us think, it is very necessary to know how exactly it does this, because transparency is very important, and it's like the roots of every successful communication. The more transparent AI is, the better we understand it and understand the way it comes about its answers, and more trust is established that way. A good way to ensure transparency when conversing with LLMs, to be specific, is by simply just asking it to re-verify itself, right, by listing sources. This is a very, very good way to ensure that yes, you are accurate, and also ask it to verify those sources and how accurate they are. With this, you'll be able to get the best of the best information from your large language models like ChatGPT. When there is transparency, there is a higher chance of you being able to defend information gotten from AI, so you are not just second guessing. And you being able to defend information anywhere is actually very important, because now you will not just only know the information, you will have a better understanding of every concept about that particular information. There is honestly a bunch we could say about how good the current AI systems are, but we need them as open and as transparent as possible. At least we need to know how it does what it does. The next one is accountability. Now, this is very much related to transparency, as we need to know the truth and we need to hold someone accountable for the truth. As of now, it is confirmed that any AI model created, its accountability is tied to its makers or its developers, and the manufacturers of this AI are held absolutely responsible for any crime or danger resulting from the models they created. For instance, let's say FSD, full self-driving on a Tesla model, goes haywire and the person in the car has a bad accident. Nobody's going to hold the driver. If truly he used full self-driving on the Tesla, Tesla is going to take the blame. And I know I said if, for instance, but this has actually happened. And so I think it just boils down to how secure, accurate, and precise these models actually have to be for us to fully hold them accountable. And this whole concept cannot be overemphasized. And now, finally, reliability and safety. This is pretty much intertwined with security and everything that we've talked about here. Do you have that trusty friend that you can always go back to when you're in need? Yeah, that's exactly what reliability is. It's trust, an AI ethic that shouldn't be compromised. You know how when you want to take a photo, right? A quick photo, you always reach into your pocket to get what? Your phone, because you are sure that your phone is there, that is reliable in taking good pictures. That's exactly what reliability is. That's the stage we need to reach with artificial intelligence, AI. We need to be able to trust it that yes, it's going to be correct and it is equally going to be safe to use. That's the whole purpose. That's exactly why it was created. An assistant that can be safe, secure, reliable, fast, of course, and also something we can hold accountable if anything goes wrong. And while the debate whether AI is good or whether AI is bad still goes on, one thing is for sure, it is actually very useful. But that usefulness shouldn't come with a price, right? We shouldn't pay usefulness with transparency or security. And truly, when we have peak AI is when we have something that checks all these boxes adequately. And with that, this video comes to an end. I really hope you liked it. I know I said it was going to be long, but after recording it, I don't think it's actually that long. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Please subscribe, and YouTube thinks you like these.